Hello and welcome to my Bitcoin update. Now, obviously, there's a lot of panic going on right now, and rightfully so. The sell-off has been pretty steep and pretty impulsive. Having said that, like on the higher time frame, this is still looking decent. That's all I can say. This is a monthly fair value gap here. If you look at the last time that we were trading inside of such a big or close to as big, we basically had to fill the whole fair value gap before we moved higher, right? So right now this is still an absolute bullish point of interest, and would be foolish to instantly call a top here. I mean, this is also the big problem with being in price discovery, is that you don't really have any data that you can work with, right? You're basically only looking for another high, and at some point the music stops, and yeah, you don't want to be the one who's holding the hot potato. Weekly is still looking decent. I mean, I don't really trade these patterns, but whoopsie, I feel like this is probably something, and this like a break of this trend line would probably mean something on the lower time frame as well. Let's get back to the weekly. We are basically trading inside of a weekly fair value gap for the first time since November, right? So we've been ranging. On the daily, we definitely have lost the range, which is a bad sign, but we did so inside of this range as well. So this can happen. It obviously doesn't feel good, but like if there's one thing that you can take away from this video, is that the bottom never feels good, right? It's always sort of uncomfortable to look at candles like this, especially like if you're heavily invested like I am. This is the value area of the range that we've been trading in since November. And this is also the level that I'm looking at. Like this has to be reclaimed. I would love for this to be reclaimed this week. And 95K, 96K area is even bigger. I would actually look at this level right here. As you can see, we've been, like if we get rid of the value area, this is basically the only level that I need to see reclaimed right now. If you look at the level, we like the first initial bounce, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reactions. And now we've finally broken down, which is a bad sign, obviously. But if we now manage to reclaim it and do so on an impulse, basically, do so with a lot of buying pressure on the lower time frames, then this would be an amazing setup in my opinion, right? So if we use Elliott waves, which I do, I mean, I don't really trade Elliott waves, but I do to basically get a feel for the impulsiveness of a move. Like if we see like a clean 5-wave impulse to the upside, this would be even better than just reclaiming the level on a somewhat sloppy, somewhat grindy price action. So this would be my ideal scenario. And if we get this, then all I'm going to do is basically use my FIB tool and look for buys around the 50% level. I mean, usually my trading style involves zooming in even more on the lower time frame and then look for 5-minute or 15-minute price action down here. But in general, this is the only setup right now that I'm seeing that I want to take is a long on a reclaim of the level. Having said that, obviously the same goes for if we get rid of or actually let's keep it on the chart. If we now look for an alternative, this would be a sort of a slow, grindy, disgusting 3-wave move up here. And then I would look for the same as a bullish setup, right? Like create some liquidity, go for the sweep, and then break market structure to the downside. This would be my bearish setup. So as you can see, the level around 90, let's say 92, between 92 and 95 is the big level, right? This is basically all I'm looking at right now. This is the only thing I'm interested in. It's a big level, but you know, we need some space to create a decent setup here. So yeah, this is a 3K range that I'm looking at, and this is all I'm waiting for. So I'll be giving updates in my Discord as always if I take a setup. If you're interested, the link is in the description. And yeah, I think this is good enough for a first video. You can expect daily updates here on my YouTube channel moving forward. I'm going to keep it one ticker at a time. So every new video is basically going to be a new ticker. So if you're interested in any analysis or you want to see my view on a certain coin that you're interested in, just leave the ticker in the comments. Yeah, like and subscribe, and see you next time.